friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Kaylin and I hope you guys are doing lovely. Today's video is going to be a TBR, and this is my first ever TBR video, but I'm not calling it a TBR video, even though I just said it was. This is my hopefuls video. So this is my July hopefuls. Basically why I'm calling it hopefuls is because I originally make book content on TikTok. I think every month since February I've been doing this thing where I draw 5 slips of paper out of a jar, and those are my set TBR, and then that way I allow myself to like mood read for the rest of the month. And so before I even made my first YouTube video a couple weeks ago, I had pre-filmed my July TBR video, and I was like, well, I pre-filmed it, so they're already picked. And then when I started my YouTube, I didn't know if I was going to do a TBR video or not, but then I was like, you know what, just do a hopefuls video. Say these are the books you hope to get to in July. So that's what I'm doing today. So these are the 7 books I hope to get to in July. And now, I am not that strict with my TBR. If I absolutely do not feel like reading the books I had picked, I won't read them. I do not make myself read them. But I will say there are some months I completely stick to my TBR, and then other months I just don't even read a single book I picked. So there's like really no in between. But I'm trying to find that balance, and I think by only picking 5 names from a jar and then allowing myself to read whatever else I want to read allows me to like pick some books I'm in the mood for, like mood read. So that's why I only pick 5, but let's get into it, shall we? Before we get into it, before I tell you my TBR, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Also follow me on my social medias. I will link them all down below. They're always linked down below because I would love to make friends and chat with you guys about our love for books. Okay, before I show you the first book, I just want to say I am awful at giving summaries, and I apologize. To get better at telling you guys what the book is about, because I suck at it. So just keep that in mind. Bear with me. I'm sure I will get to the point where I'll be like an expert at it. Never. But, you know, you never know. Optimistic. First book is The Disenchantments by Lacour. This, I know we follow Colby, who has a best friend named Bev, who is in an all-girl band, and he promises to be their roadie for the summer after they graduate high school while they go tour Europe. Well, Bev makes the decision to actually go to college and just skip the road tour, to skip the tour altogether, and Colby is heartbroken about it. But he's like, the show must go on, so he goes on the road with the girl band despite Bev not being in the band anymore, and his feelings for Bev grow stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's what I know about this book, and I have read a couple of Lacour books before, and I've really liked them. I love her writing. It's very beautiful. Next book is one that I drew, and I was not excited about it because I have heard not great things about this book. It's one of those books that you either love it or hate it. I'm hoping to love it, and that is The Book of Night by Holly Black. Now, I really liked Holly Black's YA fantasy series she did. I read it and absolutely adored it. This is her first adult fantasy book, I believe. And I know little to nothing about this book, and I kind of want to keep that way because I feel like the less I know, the more chance I may like this. This is the Waterstones edition.
It is beautiful, stunning, gorgeous.
Yes, I did pay the international shipping price because you know why? Waterstones just knows how to do books. Let me tell you. Barnes & Noble, love you girly. So sorry, but y'all suck at special editions. Their special edition is just like an extended chapter. I'm like, I would rather have the book have sprayed edges, stencil edges, and sign and look beautiful than an extra chapter. That's just maybe that's a hot take, but that's what I'm feeling. But this book is gorgeous, and I'm glad this book is short. Let me just say that. The next 2 books are part of a trilogy. I'm actually doing a read-along with Penguin Team Random House, and they sent me these books to join with them in their read-along. The books are Fireborn and Flamefall. All I know about this series is we follow dragon riders. We follow Annie and Lee, who grew up in an orphanage together and became friends. Annie's family was executed by Dragonfire. They were kind of lowborn. Meanwhile, Lee's family used to rule the city. And Lee is then faced with the decision, should he save his family or should he save his newfound family? So that's all I know, but I'm also very excited to read these books. Haven't heard anything about them, but covers are stunning, and I love anything to do with dragons, so I'm very hopeful these will be good. The next book I am very excited for, and that is Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I love Sally Rooney. I think her writing is just really great. I know a lot of people have different opinions, and that's okay. I mean, we're all allowed to like what we like, right? I have read Normal People and Beautiful World, Where Are You? Normal People is probably my favorite out of the two I've read, just because I have such a connection with normal people and I can relate to it, unfortunately. So I really like Normal People. Conversations with Friends, the only thing I know about Conversations with Friends is we follow a young woman who gets into a relationship or falls in love with an older man who is married. That's all I know. I could be completely wrong. If I'm wrong, I am very sorry. I know this is a glue show. Duh, there's a sticker. You know what? I hate that they put these stickers on books. Like, if at least you're going to do this, make them removable, because I hate this. I absolutely hate it. I'm hoping to get to this very soon in the month, but we'll see. Next book is Fat Chance, Charlie Vega, and this book is about this girl named Charlie who has always had a hard time with her body and seeing herself as worthy and loving herself, and just being in the world we're surrounded by, the beauty standard, is changing, but it used to be if you're not perfectly thin, straight hair, blonde, you weren't considered beautiful. And thank God the world is changing and is seeing everyone's beautiful in their own way. But her mom is also one that contributes to Charlie's view of herself, and her mom always leaves weight loss drinks on her dresser. But there's been one person that Charlie can always count on for being supportive, and that is her best friend, Amelia. Oh, she is just Charlie's biggest fan. And she gets in a relationship with fellow classmate Brian, who it's all perfect and great until she finds out Brian actually asked out her best friend Amelia first. And that's when she's kind of like, does he really like me? Is he just using me to get to her or make her jealous? So I'm very excited for this book. I feel like this book will strike a lot of emotional chords with me, because I have struggled with my weight my entire life, especially growing up in the era I grew up in, where you see all these really tall, petite girls in magazines, and that's what they're being called standard. And then you see a girl who has, a normal body type, and they're calling her fat or ugly, or she needs to lose weight, and they would, the People magazine would like circle cellulite in women and be like, ew, gross. And I don't even get me into that, but I feel like, long story short, I feel like I would really relate to this book, and I probably will cry at some point in this book, because I cry at books all the time. So I have a feeling this might be a potential 5-star read. Next book is a buddy read, but it's also a book part of a series, a very famous series here on BookTube and TikTok. Now, this series I have not picked up since 2017. And I've been meaning to reread this series for such a long time, but they did the cover change, and I refused to buy the new covers because they are outrageous. And then I got a gift card, and I finally bought the first book in the series, so I'm buddy reading it with my friend Bree, and that is A Court of Thunder and Roses. Yes, it is time. I remember some stuff about this series. Not all of it, but I'm sure as I start to read, things will come back to me, but for the most part, I don't remember really anything, and I'm pretty excited going into this and potentially reading it like it's the first time, but I'm really hoping I don't open the book and go, oh yeah, I remember that. So I'm very excited about this book. I've been meaning to reread it for a long time, like I said, and I've just been staring it on my shelf, and then when Bree asked me if I wanted to do a buddy read this month of it, I said yes. So, this is we're very excited for this. The last book I want to talk about is We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han, which is the last book in the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. I read the first 2 in June, which I'll talk more about in my wrap-up, and I just want to finish out the series. It's a short book. I typically read these in one sitting or within the day. They're very easy reads, so I'm very excited to see how this series ends. Not like I haven't read this series like 5 times, but it's been like 6-7 years since I read this series, so I kind of forget. So yeah, you guys, those are the 8 books I'm hoping to get to in July. I'm very excited about this TBR. I feel like I've got a great mix. If you guys made it to the end of this video, let me know what you guys are reading for the month of July in the comments down below. I would love to know. That way we can chit chat about it, get a conversation going, because I love talking about books. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you are seeing. I make weekly vlogs that come out every single Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, don't forget to follow me on my socials. I'll have them linked down below. And I will catch you guys in my next video.
Yeah. She asked me, really, do you love me? I said